All right, second video I'm taking from the lobby at the Confressi Palm Beach Resort and Spa. Quite a mouthful. Got a great deal on this, so kind of planned this at the last minute, early January, just a month or less than a month later, to go do this 5 days. Actually, I think it's 5 days, 6 nights, something like that. But anyways, my last day, leaving now, as I mentioned in a previous video. But I wanted this video to be more a talk about depression. I know I've hit on that a few times in some of my past videos, mostly concerned with other guys going through the same kind of crap that I've been going through over the last couple years, and it builds up and builds up and brings you deeper into a deeper depression more and more. And I think overall I've been doing pretty good fighting it and giving myself things to do and things to look forward to, as I've previously mentioned in some of my other videos, which I think is a big help. Obviously it doesn't solve all issues because it's still there, because I'm now I think 14 months since I moved out, and I feel like mentally, physically, 2 to 3 years since I've been separated. And then I'm going to be getting the actual final divorce papers in the next few weeks, which, kind of really brings it down to the final reality. So, all that hits you, the loss of my job back in October and not working and dwelling on all my issues, and then all the other stuff I don't even get into now that I've gone through over the last year and a half, which was to most people a lot, and to me. And I think overall I've done pretty good through it. But to give you an example, like this morning though, I just felt really, really depressed. It started because I thought I lost my journal. And that really set me off, because the journal's very personal writings in there. I've been journaling since the girls were very young, actually since Emma was born, so 27 years or so. Because I wanted them to someday be able to hand those off to them so they could see all the stuff that we went through as parents and had to deal with highs and lows and sadness and happiness and all that kind of stuff. And it's very therapeutic to me to write down my challenges, frustrations, goals, anxieties, etc. on paper and just get it out. So that's all good. So, so I really thought I left the journal on the airplane on the way here. I know I remember writing in it there. I don't remember it after the fact, and I couldn't find it, so I was like, crap, I just lost it. 200 pages of journal on this one. And this is like journal number 8 of all the different journals I have covering all the years. Sometimes I have a gap of a bit, but I'll talk more about journaling in another video. But yeah, so I found it, it set me off, I think. And I think I was already, depressed a bit, and then this really set me off. So I just felt just devastated and worried, and it just put me down to another level. And then I talked to a friend and a family member who both recommended taking a antidepressant, which I never see myself as the type to take a drug for something like an issue, like a mental issue. But I think now I might have to. I know a lot of people do, and it's no big deal. But I just didn't see myself having to do it. But I think with all I've gone through, it's compacting, and I'm feeling it more than ever right now with everything going on in my life and the big move ahead and all that stuff. So I say the loss of not being able to see my dog anymore, the loss of not being close by to see Emma anymore, the loss of the finality of the marriage. It just like seems like one hit after another just keeps piling on. So I finally admit defeat, and I've already reached out to my doc to see about getting a prescription if I have to. Now, of course, my goal is just to have it temporarily so I can just get past this. We'll see. I'm not sure how that works. So. I'll find out. So those of you out there having the same kind of thoughts and sadness or whatever, consider it. I'll let you know in a follow-up video if it really truly makes a difference. Some people say it's life-changing. Other people say, I felt a little better. So we'll see. You never know. But anyways, so don't take people for granted. If you see somebody that you're judging that's might be, oh, he's kind of a jerk, he's not talking to me, he's not very sociable, but you don't know what else is going on in their lives. If everybody was just kind to everybody, I think I know the world would be a better place. So it's important that people really consider everything when they think about other people. Like I said, some of those ones that are in a very bad mental state, and getting worse, they need that friendship, that kindness, not somebody just yelling at them or sharp or judging them. It's never good. So anyways, just my 2 cents on all this. Going off on beautiful vacations like this, it helps, but at the same time, it also brings to head that you're still alone, and it'd be a lot nicer if you were a couple in a place like this, obviously. So, and I'll admit, I do miss, being a couple. If nothing else, just as a friend, a person that you talk to a lot, share stories with, tell about how your day went, that kind of stuff. And when that's gone, it's like a big black hole that you're missing, so that you've been used to, especially when you've had it for like 30 years, when you're like me, being married that long. So anyways, I keep saying, it's a tough one. I'm talking myself through this as I leave this video, because it's important for everybody to think about others as well as think about yourself and taking care of yourself. I'm trying to exercise more, giving my endorphins a pump up, taking care of myself, eating better, eating lighter. My biggest thing was portions. So anything to make myself feel better. And then I still felt I'm having challenges with the depression, so I'm going to see about a particular medication temporarily to help me get out of this. I think over the next 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to have a lot more mental challenges. So I need to be prepared for it, and if something's going to help me with that, I'm willing to listen. I am also going to talk to a therapist again, which I did talk to a therapist once when I first moved out and got my own place, because I was feeling very down. And you leave your home with many years that you helped build up, and then you're leaving your family, and it's just that's a huge hit. And leaving when I left, and I said I got to see a therapist again. I did see a therapist once when we were having troubles a couple of years before my separation, and it did help. So this time I saw a therapist, and she was still helpful. And she basically pointed out the fact of me going through several, two family members, the one worker, one staff member, my dog, all passing away within 6 months of each other, and then the medical issue with one of my daughters, the worry about my brother and his cancer fight, and then just all that combined with the marriage collapsing, and just it's just wow. She basically pointed out that you realize you've been mourning now for over a year straight, and at the time I was like, I guess so. I didn't want to think about it like that. And she goes, so most people have to mourn for one thing. You're mourning for like 6 things. She said, even the end of a marriage is like a death. Leaving your home is like a death. Then the real deaths of the families and the pet and everything else dying it's just like, man, it hits the heart heavy. So it's a tough one, but we get through it. And those of you who don't think you can, you can. If I can get through all this crap, you can get through what you're getting through. I always try to see the bright side, the good things, like I said, the goals and the fun things I'm looking forward to doing, as well as how I'm still basically have my health. I know some of you have much harder health issues to deal with, which I know would be very tough on the mental outlook. So I would give you more power to you for getting through that. And hopefully this kind of video helps you in the future or helps you now. That would be great. That's all I ask. And have a nice day. And signing off in this beautiful resort. Ciao.